Hello everyone, morning to today's meditation. Very warm welcome. It will be good if someone could indicate if they are able to hear well while we wait for everyone to join in. So today we are going to talk about free from worry, being carefree. And just a brief introduction. This is Kanupriya joining from Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center of the Brahma Kumaris in New York in USA. So worry is a word that we are very familiar with, and it is a feeling that none of us would like to have, but we don't know what to do to come out of this worry. And what is an indication that we are worrying? It starts usually with a very simple and innocent why and what. Yeah, what is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why is this person behaving like this? What does this mean? So we keep worrying um, about mostly what's going to happen next, because we don't know what's going to happen next. So um, right, you know, right from the start of our day, from the moment we wake up, we have one worry or the other. Either we have worry about ourselves or about other people and position and possessions. There are four broad areas that we worry about. So one is of course the health of the body and the illnesses of the body. That's one area. The other area is about the family and our relationships and our friends and um, those kind of any kind of interactions that we have. And the third area is worrying about wealth and objects and possessions. It may relate to our work, our business, whatever we are doing to earn an income. And also our physical possessions like house and car and a watch, anything. And the fourth area is position and status. We worry about what we will become in the society, our position and status. So these are the four broad areas. Now we are going to look at a very easy method in with Raj Yoga, yeah, which can address all these four causes of worry with just one remedy. It's like a panacea, uh, which is that we become carefree, right? And carefree does not mean that we become careless. Carefree just means that all these four broad areas that I mentioned, the health of the body, and taking care of the body, then our family and relationships, our wealth and the job or business, and our status. Every area needs care. Definitely, there is some responsibility that we have towards taking care for all these four areas. But it becomes a worry when we start to ask these questions, why, what, and it's like a slow fire, right? That is ignited, that really eats us up in anxiety and stress. And we as if start to feel a burden of these responsibilities. And when it becomes a burden, then it becomes a worry. And we don't want to have that feeling. So, when we become carefree with the method that we are going to explore today in Raj Yoga, with the method of being a trustee, we become carefree but not careless. So we take full responsibility. We do what is supposed to be done in all the four areas to take care, but it does not become a burden, um, because we are free. In our minds, we are free, we are taking full care, just like a trustee. Yeah, trustee is nothing but someone who's a caretaker in simpler terms. So one very good example is a bank manager, like just like a bank manager who manages the money of many, many, many customers who are customers of the bank, but he is just a trustee. He does a good job taking full responsibility of the money that is there in the bank from the various customers, but he does not come into this consciousness that this money is mine. So very good example of a trustee. Now, how how do we sort of initiate this consciousness of a trustee, right? I would say that many times this, even if we are not appointed a trustee, like in the case of the bank manager, he knows that he is a trustee and he's appointed, that is his job. But here, even in very simple cases, like for example, when we say visit a museum, right? All of us have been to some sort of museum or some sort of place um, where we visit. Now, in a museum, there are many, many exhibits, right? And when we enter the museum, we buy the ticket, or when we go through all the exhibits, subconsciously, as if that trustee attitude is instilled in us, right? And we, nobody would probably tell us that you are a trustee, but that consciousness or awareness is automatically, as if on our minds. Any exhibit, we ourselves will not touch, or we will not try to damage it. We will protect it. We feel that it is our responsibility to protect the exhibits, also keep the place clean. Yeah, and not just us, but we also guide others who may be doing something damaging or which is harming the place or the exhibits. We will feel it our responsibility to guide them also, to take care. So that is, subconsciously we have that attitude in our consciousness when we know that we are visiting a place for a short period of time. And when we visit the museum, we don't feel that these exhibits are mine, right? There is no ownership of the exhibits, but still we are taking care of the exhibits and the place that we are visiting with the utmost responsibility. And that is the same attitude that we want to develop in our daily lives for everything that we are interacting with. And why is that, why is that very necessary? So the first consciousness, or the first reality that Raj Yoga tells us, spiritual wisdom tells us, is that we all are guests in this world. So the world is like a museum that we are visiting. The physical world is like a museum that we are visiting for a short period of time. And so it makes very good sense if we are able to uh, really, as if activate that consciousness of being a trustee when we are visiting this physical world. And then everything that is there in the physical world, we take care of it with full responsibility, but we are just trustees. We do not come into that state of feeling burdened by the responsibilities. Then we can be carefree, right? So, whether it is the responsibility of taking care of the body, we feel that we are just a trustee of the body, we take care. Then, coming to relationships, all our relationships, we are just a trustee in that relationship. And with this attitude, actually, the best comes out in our interactions with our relationships, in our relationships and interactions with others, whether it is friends, family, anyone, even strangers. We are trustees of the wealth and the job that we are doing or the business that we are in. So we take care of the possessions and the objects and the wealth that is there. And also the position and status, we are not getting into drowned into some sort of attachments or egos there, but we are doing our best with this consciousness of freedom and being a trustee. So we can take any questions if anyone has at a later point of time, but first we will do a short meditation together, right? So let us begin the meditation. We sit in an upright position with the head raised, and we try to keep the eyes open if possible, and just rest the gaze at a point in front of you. We become aware of the surroundings, there may be people, objects and furniture and lights and so on. We become aware of the sounds around. Just becoming aware and drawing our attention inwards. And connecting to that tiny star who's a guest in the body. Guest in the physical world. Just visiting the body and the physical world for a very short period of time. There is an entry in the physical world, entry in the body. There is also an exit. From the body, from the physical world. We see that clearly, that there is an exit. And then, while visiting this physical world called the museum, whatever we are coming in connection with, whether it is the body or relationships, objects, money, nature, everything we take care just like a trustee. We activate that consciousness within us that we are trustee. While performing every act, of the body or wealth or the family household that we live in, we see the futility of having any attachment to anyone or anything. The trustee knows that nothing is mine. He knows that he cannot own anything in the museum, the physical world, where he's just visiting. As a trustee, there is no consciousness of mine in the comforts and the gadgets and the facilities that we have received while we are visiting the museum. There is no consciousness of mine in the relationships and the house that we live in. For a trustee, he's there to take care and serve everyone while using all the facilities and the objects that are provided to him. There is no dependency, no attachment on any of this for this tiny star, the trustee. A trustee just does what he's asked to do, what he's supposed to do, take full responsibility, carry out the job of taking care of every object and thing that he's interacting with while he's on a visit. Nothing is mine. Even if there are mistakes made while taking care, it is okay because he is following to the best of his ability and understanding of what he's supposed to be doing. And the trustee is working very closely with the one who is giving us directions to do things, how to do things, how to interact, how to take care of the body, how to take care of the wealth. Every aspect, the Supreme is giving directions. And this trustee, the tiny point of light, is just following the directions to the best of his ability. And so, with this attitude of being a trustee, it does not feel that this is my body, my wife, my husband, my home, my children, my office, my watch. There is no consciousness of mine. All these objects and even the body are just temporary in that physical world. For a trustee, it is like a natural awareness at every moment that makes him constantly free. He is carefree because he is just following the supreme directions. There is no feeling of being burdened by any of the responsibilities that he's taking. The moment there is a feeling of burden, then it is like a waste thought. No questions of why and what and when. The one who's carefree, trustee, is light. No burden. Because there is no bondage, no attachment, nothing that is his. And we just feel the freedom of being a trustee. Trustee of the physical organs, trustee of all the matter that we are interacting with in this physical world museum. And so for the rest of the day, we keep this awareness of being a trustee. Like a natural awareness that nothing is mine because I'm here to visit for a temporary short period of time, taking care of everything to the best possible ability as per the directions of the Supreme. Thank you and have a very good day ahead.